Alright guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the best combos you can get for the Snow Leopard driver gloves and build an entire CS2 loadout around them. So for the gloves themselves, I am going to run with minimal wear, which is just over the $1,200 mark. Being honest, you can get these and field test it for a sort of mid-tier field tested float. They'll look good, they get some scuffs, but it can save you a bit of money. But for like the ultimate combos, I think going minimal wear and getting them so incredibly clean like this is just so good. And you can see the first knife I'm going to suggest is the Huntsman knife Gamma Doppler Phase 2, which at the time of planning is about $550. I like this. You've got the black handles that pair into the black spots in the gloves, and then I personally quite like having these flashy items with the Snow Leopards for that color pop. So prepare yourselves. This isn't all going to be white and black because that's what is on the gloves. Snow Leopards give you a fantastic opportunity to get flashy items like Phase 2s, like gems, and just really cool looking skins. And just to note, the CT agent is Mr. Lieutenant Commander Ricksaw, coming in about $12.60. I just don't want any sleeve clash here, so that's why I'm running him. Speaking of the other knife options, I do have the Survival Phase 2 Doppler in here, which is about $500 factoring in as well. Same thing as with the Huntsman, you get the black handle, which pairs in with the black spots, and then you get a really popping knife. I personally quite like how Phase 2s look with them. I think that white and pink just works really well, and obviously Survival is one of the new ones, which is also becoming a more affordable Phase 2 knife, which Phase 2 had a stupidly big rise recently, so I went for one of the cheaper options. Now, this one is a bit maybe unobtainable for most, including myself. This is a Karamba Emerald, and it's going to cost you over $18,000. So, like, it's an option. I think Snow Leopards with emeralds and rubies and stuff look fantastic, so I just wanted to note that if you've got the means to do so, and obviously you could go for like a Huntsman emerald instead and save a lot of money, just to put it out there, it's a good combo. Now, I said about not having lots of white and black, but I do actually have the Print Stream series. You'll see it consistently here, and $59 for minimal wear for the USP. You can go field test it and save a bit, but you know what, for the best combos, I want to get something good so you've got a good base to craft on. Now, the PD50, you're going to use both CT and T side. You're going to spend about $3 to pick up an Asimov in field test it. Again, this one, white black, that orange accent works really nicely with the gloves. And based on what I said a moment ago, no surprise, we have the Desert Eagle Print Stream. This one is cheaper than the USP, thankfully, comes in under the $50 mark for that minimal wear, and that black and white and that little small pearlescent effect looks really nice. And this is where I start to run the same theory I had with the knife. I want something that's flashy when I got these white base gloves. I think the polished mallet sheet for 75 cents in minimal wear is just such good value for money, a really nice addition with the Brio collection. And then like you got to see with the Asimov, going for skins that are white and black with then a different accent color for that pop worked really well with Snow Leopard. So Boost Protocol for $2.90 for the 5.7 is a stellar choice here. And then we can continue that theme as we move on to the MP9 with the Starlight Protector, coming in just under the $6 mark in minimal wear. It is, we did an MP9 tier list recently actually. This is like an S tier value for money MP9, so it's great to be able to have it in here as an option. And this is where my thinking of going for white and black with like a pop of color or just a flashy color in general might be a bit different to you guys. I think the Abyssal Apparition here, $3.50 almost for minimal wear. Maybe you prefer just a, like a slate black armor core or something rather, but I think this is the better choice. Then another series of skins to get yourself familiar with, we have the Neo Noir. Now, over $8 for UMP isn't for everyone, but I think it's undoubtedly the best choice here. You've got that white and the black plus 3 different really popular colors on it, and it looks fantastic. I decided to throw a little bit of sort of bias in here. I really like this Gunwall Camo XM that got added with the recent update. I think purples and pinks with the white base glove always look good, and it's only 40 cents. And keeping it flashy, we have the Monster Call. You can pick this Mag 7 up in minimal wear for 74 cents, and you know, it's got all the colors going on it, but I think it looks great with the gloves. Now it's time for the big spending. For the Emperor S, we are going to be going for the Print Stream. Now, personally, I think this is crying out to have a craft on it. Can be any craft you want, but I think it needs that pop of color. Like, there's arguments where like a Vaporwave could also be good here, but I think Print Stream and getting a craft on it for the pop of color is the best play. Now you go from a $340 Emperor S to a $15 Emperor A4 with the Neo Noir. Once again, much like the UMP, I think it just holds up really nicely. And then you kind of have the battle between the Neo Noir and the Print Stream for the op, because you could go for either, but ultimately I went for the Print Stream. Now, I'll be honest, I love the Print Stream's artwork. I'm not as hyped about it on the op as others are. Maybe that's because I don't op much, but it's currently $176 for minimum wear. We're hoping that price will continue to trickle down a little bit but I think this just looks so good with the Snow Leopard gloves. And then I go right back to getting that pop of colour in with the bad Trip on the famous $7.50 minimal wear. I love how cheap this skin's already getting, and it also looks pretty cool on Battlescar too, if that's your cup of tea. And I finished CT on pretty bright vibes as well with the Eye of Zappings for $6.60. There's a new steel AUG that's out, and it'll cost like pennies that you could go for, but I think the full artwork style and just going for a bit of colour is a cool play. Right, the Agent 4 T-side, I'm going to be going for Bloody Silent Darrell. Comes in at $28, one of the cheapest Darrells you'll get at the moment. The reason I've gone for him is because it gets silver accents. Now, as much as I loved my gold accents with the Snow Leopards, I think silver is overall the better play here because you got the white, black, and silver. That just overall groups a little bit better. Plus, look at the watch. This is a very niche thing. If you have the Emerald or the CS2, the watch has a green accent for the dials. You know, niche, but it's there. And then on the Glock side of things, what we're going to go for, we're going to continue that Neo Noir series. I think it works well. That pop of colour, as I say, keep saying, white and black base with the pop of colour. This is $24. It's a solid Glock. Now, would you look at that? It's almost like I have a theory in mind when it comes to this. I want white and black with accent colours, and we get that with the Avalanche as well. The blues and the orange pop really well. And then the black base sort of plays in nicely with the gloves. Now, this will cost you $3.29. I'm still continuing in cowboy mode instead of the ZZ appreciation, which means I'm going to go for the reboot here. Now, I love the Aria Inspect. This is a $1.18 minimal wear. Again, black, heavy black actually, with a little bit of white and red. You could almost mistake this as being part of that like Cyrex series with the sort of artwork style. Now, I think my Mac 10 will surprise some people because you might be expecting like a crazy pop of color. I actually quite like the whitefish here with the Snow Leopards. A very niche pick, I will give it that, but this for me, with the Snow Leopards, it's just something about it. I like how it looks. I like that white and that black, almost sort of grayscale effect as well. And the fact it's only 24 cents. There's a lot of Mac 10s you can go for, so if you disagree with this, let me know which one you pick in the comments. Space Cat was the no-brainer pick for the PB Bison for me. 61 cent minimal wear. You get that black and white, you get a nice bit of purple through it, and there's a cat on it, which always has a bit of bias for me. Love the cat skins. And then we have our only Battle Scar skin in the whole loadout. It's going to be the Neo Queen. Now, the more Battle Scar this goes, the more purple effect it gets. And this is why I like playing, well, as I say, that pop of colour on it. You get this nice deep purple effect with these other colours scattered through. And then because it's white, there's no clash. And we're on to the final few skins. Now, when I ran Snow Leopards, I loved the chromatic aberrations with them, particularly the Gale. It's something about the chromatic aberration Gale. I just really like how it's come together overall. It's just over $4, but it is one of the best Gale skins in the game, so your valuation money here is very strong. Now, probably the most important decision you'll make in the loadout is your AK pairing, and I've gone for the Inheritance, and I'll move back onto the right view for you guys here. I went minimal wear as well, because I think when you go to Battle Scar, the wear the AK gets sort of has a weird discoloration compared to the gloves. It's not perfect anyway, but when you go to Battle Scar, it gets a bit too different. But this, with like a gold craft on it, absolutely perfect. But the base skin itself in minimal wear is $120. It is, though, like an S tier AK. Now, the rapid transit is kind of perfect for like the theory that I'm discussing with the white and the black and the accent colors. Really nice mapping, newly added. It's got the maps on the text. Granted, I think the new UMP you see it a little bit better on it, but still, it's cool skin overall, and it's under $1.50. And then I couldn't not round it off with that pop of color, which is why we've gone for the Dragon Tech SG, which will cost you about 75 cents in minimal wear. Now, the total loadout costs. If you went for the lovely Huntsman Phase 2 Gamma Doppler that I showed at the very start, and I'm getting a reminder of how much I actually like this knife right now, the total loadout cost would be $2,635. Now, when you're talking a loadout that's got a Phase 2 Gamma Doppler, minimal wear, clean and white gloves, and then you've got like print streams throughout there, and you've got an Inheritance AK, I think this is a pretty banging loadout. If the pink vibe is more your thing, and that rare draw animation, by the way, is so good. You can see about $50 by going for the Survival Phase 2. It would come out at $2,582, so really depends if you prefer the green or the pink here. And then that lovely, unobtainable option of the Emerald Karambit would take you to $20,749.95. So absolutely crazy, but overall, this has reminded me, one, how much I love the Snow Leopards, and two, how creative you can get with it. Because what's kind of interesting is I could have made this video probably 4 times with a completely different concept and theme style in every single one. I ultimately went for my personal preferences here. I like the pops of colors. I don't want to be forced into black and white with them, because I think you miss out on some really nice opportunities. But that is my personal preference. You can let me know if you agreed or not in the comments, but keep it nice. And I said to that one, Big thank you to the YouTube members who've continued to support the channel. It has been greatly appreciated. You get content early if you become one, so check out that join button down below. And outside of that one, hit the like button if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Good. Bye.